All right. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yep.
Good.
Yep.
We're in. Let's do it.
Yep.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay. Good. Nice job. All right.
Another
That was the end
episode.
of the podcast, guys.
Yeah,
Another
cool.
great episode here.
Hope you didn't miss it. It was awesome.
Killing it.
It was great.
Killing it as usual.
You're
Always.
missing as much.
Yep.
Yep.
On today's podcast, our fellow member Tim is going to take us through what lucid dreaming is.
Oh,
What
Tim,
is?
Tim, take it away.
I'm not an expert. I haven't done it.
Tim is our resident expert. Tim
Do you
has
guys know
watched
what it is, Brian
videos.
and Christian?
All right, let's set the
I'm
stage. Tim, explain to
All right.
everybody.
Do you know
We've
what
talked
lucid
about this.
dreaming is?
Explain to them and our viewers what lucid dreaming is.
Do you know what it is? Have you heard about it?
Brian,
Isn't it
Christian.
like when you lucidly dream?
He just got it. Lucky guy.
So I'm not an expert, but I'm interested in it because I've heard it a lot recently too, and I've read about it. But it's basically when you're aware that you're dreaming, and you can control what happens in your dreams.
What?
But that's like pretty much for the most part.
That's real.
It's very weird
both of you. It's real.
Weird, but it's like it's a thing. Like people talk about all. Some people say it happens like on accident to them, but then other people like you can trigger it and like you can like prepare for it and like there's methods to like ensure that you have lucid dreams. But it's the craziest thing because people like so many people talk about how they have lucid dreams where they can like just fly around and like they control the dream and they can do whatever they want in the dream.
I'm gonna
And
try
it's
to
just
do that.
Yeah, like I've like tried like once, but it was not.
How would you prepare to do this?
I don't know. Well, there's like different methods you can
You
do.
gotta eat
like,
a bunch of potatoes.
No.
You gotta eat.
Well, it's like a weird like meditation type thing, right?
Yeah, there's some of them say like you need to trick your mind. And it's basically like a mind and body thing. Like when you say you're laying in bed and you're not like you're just trying to fall asleep, your body does like weird things to like check if you're still awake or not. And you like there's one thing
I
I read.
twitch all the time.
Yeah, there's one thing I read that you just stay like perfectly still and you just like breathe and you just don't move. And like if you have like random itches or twitches, you don't move and like you trick your mind thinking your body is sleeping, but you're still awake. Some weird thing like that. But then there's other ways to do it. Like I read a thing where you set your alarm like in the middle of the night. Well, you have to like track your REM cycles or something like that, and then you have to like
Sounds like too
wake
much
up.
work.
Yeah, some of them get pretty crazy. Like you wake up in between your REM cycles, and then you go back to sleep. Like you stimulate your mind by reading a book for like 10 minutes, and then you go back to sleep in the middle of the night, and that like triggers it. But there's like these things like they say to start you should write down your dreams. Like whenever you wake up, start writing down your dreams. And that was like the first step to help you.
See, my problem is like every time I get up, like if I randomly like get woken up by like Landon or like something that happened, like that's like when you remember is when you like you disturb yourself in your dream and you remember it. And I'm always like, oh man, like it was so crazy. Like you just felt like you just stepped out of a movie. But then like literally within like seconds, I'm like, oh, I have no idea what the dream was about.
They have like things like in the first like 5 minutes you forget like 80% or whatever. Like
Yeah,
they
it's
have
so
like
crazy
actual things.
how
So
quickly
that's, like,
you
the first
forget it.
thing. Yeah, they say to write. You have a dream journal like next to your bed. And if you wake up, like just start writing it down. That's like the first step because I guess like a lot of the times like dreams are recurring, and a lot of the times they're like connected somehow. So like writing them down
So
will help you
crazy.
remember it, and then like writing them down actually helps you like realize when you're in the dream again.
Sounds
then
like
when it's crazy, and then you can do like reality checks where
It's like
in your
Inception.
dream. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
when
I'm
you're,
about to say.
yeah, it is because like when you're in your dream, you do these things that would only be true if you were awake, and if like it fails the reality check, you're dreaming, and then you like once you realize that, you can like control your dream. It's like the craziest concept, but it's like a real thing. Like people do it. Like
So what if
I
you
don't
wake
know.
up? What if you wake up like middle of the night? And you don't know that you're actually woken up, but you're still dreaming.
Well, just
Well,
try
that's the
try
thing.
out like to see if your hands can shoot blasters, and if you can, you're still dreaming.
The one I read that a lot of people use
Like,
is
oh.
you bite your tongue. You bite your tongue, and if you bite your tongue in the dream and you don't like feel that instant pain, you're dreaming. But if you do, you're awake. That's
And
like
then you wake up and your teeth are through your fucking tongue.
You're like just bleeding
Yeah, I don't know
all over
about
the
that.
place.
that I know that's what confuses me too, because like
See, what's confusing
like
about
you
it
do
is like
things.
when you say
if
like,
you, like I say my reality check is like I piss myself, and then when I wake up, I actually piss myself.
Well, that's like the dangerous kid thing as a kid. You're like, if you ever like are in bed and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm like, look at that toilet. I'm gonna go sit on that toilet. Like, don't trust toilets in your dream. Like they're fake.
So you ever get that recurrent dream that like you feel like you're gonna wake up and you gotta go take a piss or like
it's gonna get weird.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying like I get those dreams where you have to really go to the bathroom, but you feel like you're going to the bathroom, but you really aren't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you're a kid, you have those dreams where it's like I remember being a kid and being like whatever age and be like, oh, nice, I'm going to the bathroom, and then waking up, be like, oh, I just pissed myself. Like, like, and it's like it was so convincing. But that's like kind of like that trick. You gotta like your body has to get strong enough to like be able to alert you. But the thing about the lucid dreaming is it's like without having done it, like it's so weird to think of like the level of control you would have. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like say you have like a video game where like as you're walking, like when you walk into the door, like the video game generates as you open that door. You know what I mean? Like when you're on the map, you look like, you know, as far down as you can, it's all like pixely and whatever. And as you get there, the map kind of like builds itself. I feel like that's like in a dream. You're not just in some like loadout. You're not like in a, oh, I'm in Lowell. You're in like your mind. So I feel like if you took control, like you like almost like overclocking your brain because you're like, oh, now I'm gonna control. Oh, I'm gonna go over here, and it's like your brain has to be like, oh shit, let me generate. Yeah, it's like generate like on the spot. That's I don't know. When I think about it, that's like what comes to my mind is like you're in. It does, but you're in your own thought. That, so your brain has to then generate what you're doing. So it's like you can only. Cool. It's like really cool, but it's confusing. Like without doing it, it's like man, your brain must either that's just how it works, or it's just like I don't know.
But I mean, your brain is super, super strong, and
yeah, that's what I mean. It could just be that's what it is.
Capabilities, like all the capabilities in our mind, like it could probably handle it no problem.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm trying to say, yeah, like oh yeah, I'm reading.
I was gonna say it's funny. We ended last episode with talking about bathroom stuff, and then we started this episode
just peeing ourselves in our dreams.
Maybe Scott in his dreams just likes to sit on people's laps.
Furry.
Yeah, in my dreams, I'm just sitting on people's laps and in stalls.
But it's not like a person. Like the toilet is just like someone's.
Maybe that's what happened. I was like, I thought I was lucid dreaming. I bit my tongue. And I'm like, oh, this is real life, and I'm sitting on a dude's lap in a stall.
Now your tongue's all bloody and you're pissing on somebody.
And I'm sitting on this dude's like lap naked. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I like last thing I remember, I was in my bed. Now I'm sitting on your lap at work.
Why is your tongue bleeding?
It's like, why is my tongue bleeding? I'm like, I don't know.
It says right here, practice reality testing.
Reality testing. It just sounds so like fake, but it's so crazy. I know people like, I've heard people talk on videos. They're like, oh yeah, you know, when I'm lucid dreaming, I blah blah blah, and they talk about it so casually.
Yeah, like it says, push your fingers against like objects or your palm and a drain.
It's just like I don't understand.
If they pass through it, like your hands and stuff will pass. You won't feel the pressure. Or you'll pass through objects. Mirrors don't work.
I feel like your nose, I feel like once you learn about this has to go on like everybody's list of like things you want to do before you die. Like,
I know. I want to see like
before I die, I want to be able to be like, oh, like I was this friggin' Superman. And I was like just like flying around, like throwing boats and just doing insane stuff. Oh, there's a question. So I know when you dream like people have like snail faces and everything just seems normal, even though it's just so nonsense. Like
snail faces.
Like what would be like if you?
I don't dream that.
You don't know that. You don't remember. Let's say you dropped into like a random dream, like. What would be the first thing you would take control of if it's like you dropped into like a fairly normal environment? Let's say you dropped into like your city as you and it's like boop, like a video game, you dropped in. Like what would be the first thing like you take control over as that?
I think like what I just said, like what I think a lot of people would do is like flying.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like
so like that's the thing. It's like you have control, but it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. You just land in the street and you just like walking around in your dream for like an hour. Like, oh, this is pointless.
Well, the worst dreams.
I feel like I try to be like, I just forgot his name. Superhero from Avengers. There, he's fucking telekinesis dude.
Magneto.
No, the other guy.
Basically, someone with telekinesis.
Doctor something. Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with the magic, and he's like.
I feel like I try to be like him.
But like, what would you do? Just be like throwing magic at cars and just murdering people?
Everything.
Like if you have crazy,
I'd be like lifting buildings up and just like You know what I mean?
Like if you
I
have
don't know.
powers and you're not doing something specifically, I feel like you're just constantly just killing people like subconsciously.
Well,
Like
if you
you
know
don't-
it's a dream,
If you know it's a
Then
dream,
why
but you're like, oh, I'm gonna lift this building. Like, yeah, that building has 4,000 people in it. And you're just like, oh, you threw it around. You just walk away. Like, yeah, you just killed 4,000 people.
For me, it's more like recurring old memories and stuff like that that you had in a past life, but you think it's real, but it really isn't real.
No, but I'm talking like if you could take control of a dream, what would you do?
Just like steal money. I don't know.
It's pointless to you in a
Yeah.
dream.
You
You
can do that in
steal
real
money.
life.
If
I
you're in a
know.
dream and you steal money, what are you gonna do with it? You could
Something
just
else.
you could be
Whatever
like,
for-
oh, I want a TV, and then boop, you have a TV. Like he's like, oh, I'm gonna go rob a bank. He's like in his dream jail.
yeah,
He can't get out of his own jail in his own mind.
Even
Like,
like,
he's in there for life.
Yeah, he's like can't even
So like
come out.
his 8-hour sleep cycle is like the span of a lifetime in his dream.
oh my god,
Because
Alright,
he's
that's-
facing like a 10-year prison sentence.
that's kind of like what I'm thinking, right? Not really lucid dreaming, but along that lines is like the worst dreams that you've ever had. Is like when I used to be in like school or something, I would dream that I'd wake up and I have like legit a full day of school, and then I wake up and it's like that day again. I have to go like actually go to school that day.
Yep.
Like in your dream, like you literally just like dreamed an entire school day, but then you have to wake up and go to the school. Like
you ever had? Well, speaking of that matter, do you feel like now when you sleep and you wake, like you have a dream that you're still in school and then you wake up and you're like, dude, I'm like this amount of age and I have a job.
yeah.
Also, yeah, so like you know how I don't know if you've probably seen like it's like a meme a long time ago or something where it's like, what would you do? Would you rather like go to age like 70 and get like $10 million or go back to like 5th grade with everything you know now?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? It's like I remember seeing that question or whatever, but like I feel like after seeing that, it's like everyone's like, "Oh, go back to 5th grade," because I mean, no one wants to be like closer to death. You know, if you're like 70 or whatever, even if you have the money, it's like, what are you really doing? But then it's like, man, if you think about going back to 5th grade and how much stuff you've done that you would have to like redo, and if you like screwed it up, would that mess up where you are? So it's like, I feel like that thought has driven so many of my dreams, because I remember waking up in dreams and being like in school at some point, like being worried that I'm like on the wrong like path of like, I don't know. I never remember my dreams, but I feel like I've had dreams where I've woken up and I've been like stuck in some past grade, but I knew like everything I knew, and it was kind of weird.
You're still doing MCAS.
No,
Yeah, I'm like 5th
you're
grade.
testing your whole dream. It's like the MCAS test.
please.
Yeah, you like actually take the test in your dream, and then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck? That was awful.
And then you gotta, in real life, you gotta go take the test later on.
But like you know all the answers because you dreamed it.
Oh shit.
That's like your brain just like pranking you. Like, I just let you relax by going to work, and now you have to get up and go to work.
That's the thing I was thinking of too. Like I guess they say you get like good night's sleep because it's during your like that REM cycle, but like I feel like if you lucid dreaming these crazy things, you wake up like super tired. Like you like your brain is just like
Because your brain's working overtime.
Yeah, you're like flying
Like,
around doing all this crazy stuff.
don't though, because like they say it happens in your REM sleep, and your REM sleep is when you actually get like the deepest sleep you get.
Oh, so
So
what I
you
would
would-
do is I would lucid dream that I'm working out like crazy. And then get up and just be ripped.
Wake up with a 6-pack.
Yeah. Wake up and I'm like, the sheets are all sweaty and stuff. I'm
You
like,
could
"Ugh,
you could
nice."
wake up like you're drinking a crap ton of alcohol. You wake up drunk even though you didn't drink
Yeah.
anything.
Or you wake up, you're
You wake
crapping
up
yourself.
and all over
But
the
the question
I don't
is
know
like,
But
you ever been like midway sleep and then you wake up, you're just randomly in a random spot, like sleepwalking some
No,
sorts.
I've never sleepwalked.
No.
I
Christian
sleep talk.
waking up in like
I would wake up in my brother's room randomly. I'm like, what the fuck is this couch?
You're on his
Like-
floor with your pants down. You're like, what?
you're in your neighbor's apartment and they're like calling the cops on you.
Well, when I
So-
was younger, when I was younger, I would actually like have this like not like all the time recurring. It would be like sometimes where I just end up like in my mom's like bedroom, like on the floor for some reason, and then I end up in my brother's room. Like he used to have a couch. I'll be on there. I'm like, where the fuck am I? Like,
Were you handcuffed at all or anything? Or?
I never like was
I never
sleepwalking, but
sleepwalked.
I got a funny story
sleep fight.
yeah, let's hear.
about it's not actually about me, but it's one of my buddy's house, and he's probably gonna watch this, so I'm not gonna say his name, but there was like fucking 7 of us over his house. It was like a birthday party or something, and he sleep talks and he sleepwalks and stuff in his sleep. So we were all sleeping, and he started talking in his sleep, and then we tried to mess with him. So we were like having conversations and stuff with him.
Oh, jeez.
And there was one point towards the very end, like after we were done messing with him, he got up, walked over to like his table, and there was like a bowl of open jelly beans. He started eating jelly beans as he was sleeping. So we had to like wake him up because we thought he was gonna choke in his sleep. You know, it was hilarious.
So random. Yeah, I've never gotten up. If I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. Like
I have thrown punches in my sleep though. I've woken myself up punching my wall.
That's how there's so many holes.
A long time ago, and like when Michelle, my sister, used to like still live in my house and everything. I woke up my parents and her punching my wall. They all woke up because I was punching my wall in my dream. And I woke up and I was like my hand hurt so bad because my bed was right against the wall. But I've never like walked, but I get pretty crazy, I guess. Not recently, but I used to.
So I don't want to say who, or I guess it's one of my family members. So I was downstairs.
Who's your brother?
So,
I'm looking at you, Anthony. Go ahead.
No name dropping.
So I was downstairs watching TV, and then all of a sudden the person comes downstairs and then just like ends up in the kitchen, and I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell? Hello. And they're just like, and I was following back. I was like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, what are you waiting for? And then the person starts walking, and then outside I was like, whoa. What are you doing? It's like, I need to go out somewhere. I'm like, wait, what's going on? And
Sleep
literally
drive.
they were still dressed.
And you haven't seen them since?
No, I've seen them.
Him.
All of a sudden they went back to
Guy.
sleep.
It's a boy.
Looking at you, Anthony.
Yeah. You just revealed it. Nice job.
You gotta lock that door on him.
Well, me and Scott both know someone that has done that in a sense where we have full conversations with them when they're sleeping.
What's even stranger is like this is like those conversations. It's so hilarious when you think about it. Like that's how powerful the brain is because we've had like coherent conversations with legit answers, and like the person's sleeping, but they're answering or they're like commentating. Like we've been watching something and then like a voice from the background jumps in that's relevant, but they're like dead asleep. And it's like, what? Like, how does that even possible? So it's like the brain is like legit like doing. Obviously, the brain's always doing a ton of things, but it's like in 2 chains of like thought. It's like sleeping, but then also like awake enough to like respond. It's so crazy.
Yeah, processing information from the outside still, even though you're subconscious.
It's like a hack because obviously like your ears never like close. You know what I mean? Even when you're
It's
sleeping,
like a
like
defense mechanism.
Well, that's the thing. It's a subconscious and conscious thing where like your consciousness is not aware, but your subconscious is always.
because you're always hearing things. Like obviously, if your eyes are closed, you're not seeing, but you're always hearing and like processing data. You're feeling like temperature. You're processing what you hear, and it's like like your conscious may be like focused in a dream or something. Yeah, smelling or something. So it's like to be able to process in 2 threads, like you're in your dream, but you're doing like that's just so crazy. Like that the mind allows for your body to be able to do that. That's nuts.
It is.
Like, is it true that
No.
because a lot of people, not a lot of people,
Is this
but most
about Anthony again?
people, it's true that if you like CD player or like some kind of audio recording when you're sleeping, would you like no?
No,
Like,
the whole
can't-
if you like play a language while you're sleeping, you can learn that language. I mean, I don't know. It goes. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. There's studies going both ways, but there's no direct evidence that playing it to like your subconscious drives it into your memory to any. So like what we're talking about with like the person sleeping and answering.
You put it on a loop or something.
Like subconsciously, you might be responding, but that response is not like driven from anything in your brain. It's just kind of like an automatic response. So it's not like your subconscious isn't sitting there like learning for you. It's not taking things and putting them into your memory. Like you playing like some Spanish song all night, and in the morning you're like, oh, I know Spanish or something. It's there's elements to that you could have, like you can remember bits of it, but there's no learning that has been proven to happen like while you sleep. That's all kind of like false science type stuff.
You end up you're like Hitler the next morning.
What? What are you listening to? Like Mein Kampf when you're sleeping? Well, Christian once again just exposed his ulterior motives.
Yeah, this guy, man.
I gotta spice it up, you know.
Christian.
You're crazy, man.
What do you dream about, Christian? I kind of want to hear this.
So does anybody remember a recent dream at all? I literally don't.
I don't. I haven't had it recently, but it's one I have a lot. I don't. This is all that happens the whole dream. I'm running across rooftops, like houses.
Nice.
And I'm being chased by like this shadow, like ghost shadow demon thing.
Oh, that sucks.
And it ends. I jump or I fall. I forget. Like I jump or I fall off the roof, and it ends by me like trying to stop him from coming down and killing me. And like it ends before he gets me.
That sounds pretty sick.
I feel like a lot of like when you like about to like die or get hurt, you like.
And I wake up and I'm like I jump, you know.
That's what they say, like, oh, if you die in your sleep. But I feel like that's not a thing. Like, you can do whatever you want in your sleep. The whole, like, people where they say you wake up, I feel like it might be your brain just, like, triggering itself. You know what I mean? It, like, put the sequence there to get you up. You know what I mean? Like, it's scaring you awake by doing, like, that, like, jump scare in your dream. Like, I don't know. I feel like whenever I've remembered my dreams, like, I feel like if I wake up randomly, if I had to pee or something like that, I'm like, oh, my God, that was so crazy. I was, like, this robot, there's this crazy thing. But then like other times when I remember, I'm like, it's like normal life, like nothing was different. It's like normal life, but like one thing's different, like we all have like pink skin or something. But I feel like every dream I'm like actively like feel like I remember for like longer than like 2 minutes. It was like, oh yeah, I was at the store.
The only dream that I don't know if I talked about this on an earlier episode, but the only dream I like almost vividly remember from like my childhood, stuck with me for so long, was like it was one of like Chucky. I was so afraid of Chucky, and then this one night I had a dream of him where like he was gonna kill me, and I was like, wait, don't kill me. I'm like, why are you trying to kill me? And then I like talked to him and I like became his friend.
Nice.
And, like, I realized like he just wanted to kill people because like no one wanted to be his friend, so I just like,
I mean, that's most people, right?
And then like for some reason we were like driving around in a limo. We were like hanging out. And like from that moment on, like I wasn't afraid of Chucky anymore. Like I had a dream of it and I became his friend. And then in like real life as a kid, I wasn't afraid of the movie anymore.
I mean, that's the way to be.
Like that's like one dream that I like almost vividly remember.
Well, because you won that dream.
Yeah, like you dream of things and then
beat the game.
Remember them and it translates into real life. It's like crazy.
I will say that like I feel like my dreams are easily influenced by my like by what
personal
I watch.
Life.
Yeah, like by my personal life. Some people like say I have recurring dreams. I'm always doing blah blah blah. There's always a pigeon or something like. But I feel like every movie I watch, my brain just like throws itself hard into like that movie scenario. And like again, I don't always remember, but I feel like whenever that happens, I'm always like, oh, my whole dream was about like that movie's scenario. So I feel like my brain is super influenced by like personal life, which maybe everybody's is, but like I don't know. Even like for me, when I'm awake, if I watch a movie, like my whole mind is like, oh man, I'm like my brain is in that movie for like days.
For me, it's just mostly like me still being back in school and like having that like because you get that recurring thing like I'm waking up to go to school, I'm gonna be late, or doing like a test, or like another one is just me trying to find the restroom to go pee. So like every time, I don't know why.
That's a fear of mine, dude. Not being able, having to go to the bathroom, not being able to go. It's rough, dude.
Dang.
That's a nightmare.
I'll have a story for you guys to tell off podcast afterwards.
Oh, you got to tell us now. You can't. You can. No. You can leave parts out, but let's hear it.
All right. It was very recent. Very, very recent.
Was it a dream or real?
No, real life.
This is you? This is you?
I was on the third floor of the job that I was working at.
Okay, this is you.
And the porta potties are obviously ground level, you know?
He's
a prostitute.
That's what he does. You shit on top of the porta potty from the third floor.
Dude,
no,
that's epic.
I just had to go really bad and it almost came out of my pants. That's all.
It almost came out of your pants, like your pant leg, like it came out, but you held the bottom of your pant legs.
You actively shit yourself, but it didn't come out of your pants yet.
Like you elastic banded your pant legs so that it stayed in your pants.
See, This is why I didn't want to tell it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's all. Nope.
Wait, so
Sure,
is
you
it?
do.
Wait, are we talking about? This wasn't a dream, right?
What was the point of the story?
Nope. I don't know how I got to that.
So there's no point of the story.
Oh, we were talking
No,
about the
I-
fear of not being able to go to the bathroom.
Yes, that's what it was.
Because
Okay,
Christian dreams
Because
about
I was
bathrooms.
afraid I wasn't gonna make it.
That's a terrible story.
Yeah,
It was a story.
Poop on.
we like
civilians.
stories. I thought you said, and then I put my ass out the window and I pooped third floor onto the porta potty, just
That
onto the
actually
roof.
happened
Just
at a job site. I witnessed. I didn't witness it, but I saw the aftermath.
What?
The roofers were pissed at the jobs. They were pissed, so they took a shit off the roof and left.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah. Anyways,
There's,
back to dreams.
That was a shitty situation.
Yeah.
You ever dream about pooping?
No,
Imagine that. Is that possible? Someone can poop in their sleep.
I'm sure.
I mean, lots of kids like shit themselves while they're sleeping, so
No,
yeah, it's
you're-
possible.
Maybe you do that like every day.
that's happening in the world right now,
Millions of babies are shitting themselves in their sleep.
as we speak. As an adult, I mean, I'm sure. I guess I don't know. Like your brain
up on the
literally
spot.
controls your whole body. Like if your brain is like, "Oh, I'm not holding my sphincter closed anymore," and
Well, I must say that I am impressed with my body's ability to not piss in my sleep.
I really
Oh,
agree.
when
Like
you're a
if I,
kid, like,
oh, go ahead.
every night, I swear to God,
Says,
I had to piss so bad, and I woke up, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Like I hope this doesn't. I'm like, I woke up just like hours later, still having to pee so bad. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty sweet. I didn't piss myself. like
I know.
how does it work? I don't know.
Like
It's
yeah, I
so
feel like
weird.
during the day, if I'm like, oh, I gotta pee, and I don't go within like 10 minutes, if I'm like on a phone call, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna like blow. But it's like if you're sleeping, you're like, oh, I kind of gotta pee, and then like 8 hours later, you're like, well, I'll go now.
Yeah, it's
That's why I
amazing.
try
how-
not. That's why I try not to like drink water when I go to bed, just because.
drink as much water as it's a challenge. You have to drink as much
Yeah.
water as you can before you go to sleep.
I want to like wake up and have like this lump on the side of my stomach that's like my bladder filled up overnight, and it's just like it like goes down as I'm
Talk about
peeing,
kidney
like.
stones. Hold your piss in, you get like 1,000 kidney stones.
That
I don't
seems
know
like
if
an
that's true.
exaggeration.
I was gonna say that happens.
No, I think it's like a UTI, not a kidney stone. Has nothing to do with holding your thing, and if you ever hold it in, you can get like a tract infection.
For how
That's
long?
probably what I meant to say.
Yeah. Instead, you said 1,000 kidney stones.
I misspoke.
Close.
I misspoke slightly.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
we did it, Scott.
Yeah, is it loud?
I can hear crickets.
I can
Oh,
hear
really?
it.
I can hear crickets. Look at that.
I think it's. I think you're dreaming right now.
I'd say we're all dreaming.
Yeah,
right
we're all
now.
dreaming.
Who
This is what I
knows?
do when I
Maybe
dream. I podcast. Like, oh, you should
Well,
check out
yeah.
my podcast. Only available in your dreams.
What if we wake up and we realize that this whole board with the boys is all a dream, and all our 20 videos that we have up has actually never happened?
What if we all wake up and we realize we're all pieces of shit and have accomplished nothing in our lives?
Oh, wow,
I mean-
I do that every morning. So.
I was gonna say that. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Like,
much
yeah, that's-
different.
my life is
I'll
a
go back to my fucking 6 to 2 job every day.
Kind
Oh,
of like
God.
relatively not
Pay
pointless.
bills I barely have enough money for.
All right. Okay.
That's
So
okay.
that
Oh,
ah,
no. We're probably gonna say the
Yes.
same thing.
you go ahead.
I was gonna say that brings up like if you start lucid
Yeah,
dreaming,
we're talking about the
Like-
same thing.
dreaming will be better than reality. So what's stopping you from like just lucid dreaming all the time and just
Living
Living-
life sleeping.
living? Yeah, like just
Basically,
perfectly
like so.
lucid dreaming.
So like if
When
you were to
dreams
think of
become
like
better.
lucid, if we became like so good at just be
Aware.
like switching into like a lucid dream, it almost
Yeah.
becomes kind of like a fake Matrix style, where obviously like a
Well-
machine's not forcing us to do, but like basically we can enter. Obviously, Matrix is like all connected. That would be way cooler. But like if you could just like jump into your dream world where like you can be anything, you can be amazing, you can be anything. Like if that was
almost-
easy to do, would people not want to just like stay
Yeah.
and be
It
that?
almost crosses in what we talked about on a previous episode about VR and like the Ready Player One.
Once it
like,
gets so good, yeah.
it's almost like that, but like within your own mind, without technology. It's like delving into.
Well, it's like it's almost stronger because in Ready Player One, you're bound to the technology of the game developer. You can be this thing and be in this world, but your mind, you can be anything at a moment's notice without having like
right.
an update. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost more powerful. And yeah, you don't have other people, but you could like, oh, I have 1,000 friends, or I'm a king, or something. You know what I mean? So
You
it's
have
like
1,000 kidney stones.
you can have 1,000 kidney stones if you want 1,000 kidney stones.
That's your reality check. I don't feel these 1,000 kidney stones.
He's like pinging them out. Pick, 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 pick.
Oh my
Shooting at-
god!
shooting at people.
Or more like Avatar, where you're like you end up in someone else's body, but it's not yours.
Well, Avatar's still in the same world. You're just in a
Yeah.
like an avatar like suit
That's more like
thing.
VR. Well, yes.
Well,
But your
yes and no.
mind's
VR still
trans-
puts you somewhere else. Your body doesn't. This is like that's like VR with like a real life scenario. That's like a little bit different, but
There was another movie like that.
yeah, it was the one with Bruce Willis. I forget what it was called.
No, it wasn't. It was Gerard Butler, wasn't it? Where the kid was playing him as a soldier in like a battlefield. They
yeah,
got,
that's
really good at video games to play soldiers.
yeah. That
and
was
they would
another
control
one.
actual people.
Oh, actually, that was a super good movie. I forget what
I
it
forgot
was.
about that.
Oh, see, like that's a movie I literally have not thought of since I probably watched
Yeah,
it.
it just came to my mind like right now randomly.
Yeah, Gamer.
I think-
Oh my god, the easiest title ever. Stupid.
That's the guy from Dexter.
Yeah, that was the
Was
guy
it
who
Gerard
played the
Butler?
villain.
Dexter.
Yeah, Gerard Butler plays the guy, but the guy from Dexter, the
Wait.
main character.
It's like actually character and some dude.
Yeah, he was like the
I-
villain in the movie.
started to watch
I don't remember his name. Michael C. Hall.
Creepy weirdo.
Michael C. Hall. Anyways,
I haven't seen that dude in a while.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? So let's say you get to the point where you can basically get like anyone could just transition to a lucid dream. Like, does that? I know for some people it becomes almost like drugs now. Like, oh, like heroin feels so good, so they just do it all the time. So like this becomes like a natural like high that you can give yourself, where it's like basically having fun and doing stuff. Like, do you feel like that becomes dangerous and people just live in their dreams?
People would like forget to feed themselves and just die dreaming.
That's what scares me about it. Like I said, like I'm afraid that it would be like so crazy that it'd just be better than reality itself.
Like, yeah, if it gets so crazy, would you just put yourself into depression because like real life's not as cool?
You
I
could
don't
Just
know,
like every day you're just living your life to get home to do that.
I don't know if it would though, because like I said, I haven't read enough about it or know enough
some
about
people,
it. But
maybe.
I don't know if it.
So do you have control
Actually-
there, but do you remember it when you jump out? If you don't, then that's different. If you jump
I
out and
think
you're
you
like,
do.
oh, I just woke up from like it's just a normal day when you woke up from sleeping, that's different. But if you jump out and you're like, oh, just played a level in a video game, then
So
that's scary.
I almost feel like you would have to remember, because if you forget, how would you know you're doing all these crazy things? And then why would you
Right.
want
Oh,
to
yeah,
do
that's
it?
true. How do you prove you had control if you
You would
just
have
wake up?
But I've heard like people like there's like benefits of it, like in real life. Like you like discover like I don't know when this
I
gets.
don't,
into,
yes, I don't know. I don't know
weird
what
stuff, but,
benefits you have.
like you like I don't know how to explain it. Like that's what I said. I don't know how real it is, but like how people like they find themselves or they like explore like their inner like their unconscious mind is like you can tap into your unconscious mind while you're lucid dreaming and you're like
Kevin really dreams about being a mermaid.
Because I feel like
yourself, like-
you're like I found myself. I am truly home when I have
don't know.
6 foot wings.
like no.
So it's
You know what I'm
like,
saying? Like,
how did
people
you
say,
find
like,
yourself? I guess if
benefits
you
is,
go
like-
in there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, but like you're super like chill about it, and you're just like using it to like whatever, like walk through like this weird like meadow that doesn't exist, and you're like, oh, it's so peaceful. But I feel like other people are like, oh, I found myself. I'm really me when I can shoot lasers.
Not like that, but like when you can I don't know how to explain it.
Tim's a mermaid that can shoot lasers.
So
Yeah.
Christian,
I
what do you
mean-
think? You staying in your dreams forever? Are you?
For me, it just feels like a hyperbolic time chamber. You're there for like thousands of years, but you wake up, it's like 2 days.
But you didn't really gain anything from it. Like in that scenario, like you could like you're talking like Dragon Ball Z style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what like you go in there
Oh.
for like 5 minutes and you actually get a week to work out or something.
Yeah.
I was looking on the same page I was looking at earlier. It's like caution, sleep problems, depression, sleep paralysis,
Oh my
when to see a doctor,
Okay.
fear of sleep.
I have this saying like all the
memory
time.
loss.
I'm sure
memory
people
loss.
do it, not necessarily dreaming, but like it's to the point where like I'm so relaxed, I feel like I'm about to fall asleep, and then I just like violently, my whole body just shakes.
You wake up and, oh god.
I'm like, whoa, like super fast, super hard. And Serena's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know.
You wake up like you're and you're like that moment.
I just donkey kicked her in the thigh, and now she's got a bruise on the leg.
Yeah, you jump up to sleep. Jump
No
away.
question to me, like how like certain animals can sleep for a very long time, like bears,
like hibernation.
Yeah, like how's that work? Like what do they dream?
I don't know. Do like animals? Well, I guess we know like some animals do, like dogs and stuff. They'll be like running in there.
Dogs definitely. Oh my god.
Well, so this goes back to like we're talking about like the deaf and blind people and stuff like that. So you only know what you know. You know what I mean? So your dream cannot tell you something you don't know. It might be some mashed up version of everything that you've seen. You can imagine something, but you can't imagine something you don't. You know what I mean? You can imagine like an octopus with a girl's face, but you know what a girl's face is and an octopus is. You know what I mean? So it's like
a combination of things.
It's only things that you know. So it's like I feel like it kind of follows that line. So for animals, it's the same thing. So what has that bear's life been? He's dreaming of walking through a meadow and eating a fish and stuff. And maybe it's not as
ripping somebody's face off.
That's what I mean. Like so it's
murdering people.
Like every like living being has to have that same concept of like their mind occupying their system while they're sleeping, but it's just like an accumulation of their own like experiences. A bear's dreams are probably like crazy boring. It's like a documentary, but it's like that's their life.
Catching salmon from the stream.
Like in the bear's dream, he's like he sees humans, but he's like, oh, I'm not a human. But in his dream, he's like pretending to be a human, like integrating with society and stuff.
Well, I think dreams of like fear. Like when you dream, like you actually have like that fear. Like do they have dreams of like being hunted or like chased, and they like wake up scared? Like it's so weird.
That's why they don't want to hibernate, because they're afraid of super long dream where they get hunted all the time.
They have fear of hibernation, so they have to go see like a bear doctor. Talk to their doctor about fear of sleeping.
So that's interesting. So do you think that? So when you wake up, obviously like you might be tired or less tired based on your sleep, but do you feel like your dreams the previous night affects you for that ongoing day, like from a subconscious level? You know what I mean? Like if you have a dream that's like so sad and like it was just awful, and like that day you woke up and you're like, man, today I'm just off. Like, is it because you you set yourself up to be like sad all day and you don't remember, so you have no idea why you're sad? Like, do you feel like that's something?
Speaking of that, like one of the days, like I woke up like going, I'm like, what the fuck was it crying about? What the fuck?
You woke up crying, and then you told yourself what the fuck you're crying about.
No, I don't remember anything.
Oh my god!
So you just woke up crying like a small child, and then
I feel like you do though, or maybe not the whole day, but you like when you first wake up, you actually like you're like distraught about something, and then you realize it was a dream, and then you're okay.
But not always, because sometimes they say like, oh, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Like I've gotten up in the morning and like normal things that probably happen to you every morning just piss you the hell off. You know what I mean? Like you're like washing your hands and like the soap squirts onto the counter or something like that, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking murder a city.
One time I actually woke up, I actually swung and actually hit my alarm clock. Like I was like fighting something. Like I was so mad that I was like, bam! I was like, what the fuck?
We should have a match where me and Brian place bets on you and Tim sleep fighting.
I've like
they're both just laying down next to each other. We just keep like nudging the beds, and they're just like swinging at each other, laying down.
Like in the same bed or next to bed?
Oh yeah, it has to be the same bed.
Same bed. And me and Brian just get to like poke you guys and mess with you.
Twin size bed, just sheets.
Yeah, I was more like no sheets. No sheets. Socks only.
What?
Socks on your feet and your hands, and that's it. Nothing else.
We're just fighting with sock hands.
Rock'em,
sock'em, sleep'ems.
All right, so Christian admitted to waking up crying. Anyone else admit to like not? I mean, I guess if you cried, but like waking up to like any other scenario.
I've been like woken up like just pissed off.
That's I do. I feel like I've done that so many times.
Yeah, so angry at somebody or something, and then I'm just like, Look at it, like, wait.
You never like take it out of it. Like you just wake up like all of a sudden, then you're like doing it like still in motion.
Well, no,
Do
no.
it.
Like
I've never like
I
got
do
up like
that.
striking anything, but I've gotten up like before I even like put my feet down out of the bed. I'm just like, oh fuck today, like I'm just done, and like nothing happened. I just had a good night's sleep in my own bed. It's like,
There's been times like on the weekdays, especially like when I wake up for work and I have to get dressed, like put on my boots, shirt, pants. I'm like, effing shirt, god damn it, why do I have to put that shirt on?
Why does search exist? I hate
Why do I
it.
have to tie these goddamn boots? They're so goddamn tight. It's like,
yeah. And it's like why do you like? In another day you might wake up and be like, okay, just another day. But it's like, why does some days you're just so aggressive? And it's like, is it dream related or is it just some weird chemical in your brain that makes you like fucked up that day?
just friggin' angry piece of crap.
But it's like it's just weird that like you can get up and have no change in schedule and just be so emotionally different. You know what I mean? Like
I have sleep apnea too, so that doesn't.
I think it's just like all chemicals like in your
I
brain.
mean,
like,
I mean, obviously from a science point, it's chemicals and atoms and all this nonsense. But it's like, is it the dreams that are like making the chemicals do that?
well, yeah, that's what I think. Like dreams can actually affect the chemicals. Like they release things in your brain where
Endorphins.
you wake up, yeah, whatever it is.
So it's like when you do all these like programs that are like, oh, you know, live healthy or do that, you're basically just like trying to like give yourself better experiences to set yourself up to have better dreams so that you wake up more positive. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe that's all part of it is like giving yourself not just making your life better, but setting yourself up to actually like have a better dream.
Mhm.
I don't know. Because like if you're just living like some like shit life, you're probably just dreaming shit stuff, and then you're waking
What?
up and you're just stuck in that thing.
Part of the thing saying like eating healthy and having like a healthy diet that helps you lucid dream. So I guess it's like it's some truth to that.
So
I guess.
you don't eat McDonald's before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Oh dang it!
Don't like take a shot out of like a Pringles can before you like
I would never
go
do
to
that.
bed.
No
Who-
way.
No, that just sounds like a total loser.
What idiot would do that? I don't know.
Put that down.
Like what's the worst food to eat at night that makes you like have these hallucin dreams? Not like drug related and stuff like that. I know
The
you
worst
guys
food?
You think drugs
Yeah.
are food?
No, like
Eat drugs every day.
Like when should I eat my drugs, guys? I mean, honestly, you're really not supposed to eat anything before bed unless you're like trying to like get jacked and you're eating like a full baked turkey or something like that. But, like,
Stimulants, obviously, because you won't sleep as
that's
good.
what I meant. Like you're supposed to
You won't
kind
have
of
that, like sleep, but
like people just drink like a warm milk or something just to get their minds calm.
fine, I guess. Nothing like heavy or
warm
like
milk
it's, like,
sounds gross.
a lot of- yeah,
French
yeah.
fries.
I've never
Have you had
I don't drink warm
milk with
drinks.
Have you ever
Kombucha?
had cold oatmeal?
Cold oatmeal?
Yep.
There's just oatmeal that you make and then just let it sit until it
Yeah,
gets
it's
cold.
Baby oatmeal, like the Gerber.
You eat baby oatmeal on a daily basis.
I bring it to work.
He's
all
like
the time.
packing his lunch. He's like, oh, I'm gonna take one of these.
The night before, I pour it in, Tupperware, and I dump milk and mix it, make it nice and consistent, and
Why don't you
then
just
I
buy
bring
the
it to-
adult oatmeal?
Oh no,
No.
I actually almost bought it. They have that like it was supposed to be for like a gym thing, like a protein thing, where you make the oatmeal like the night before and then
Yeah.
you shake it up, put it in the fridge, and the next morning you
Yeah,
like, drink it.
I've seen
It's
that,
cold
but
oat-
you can get adult versions.
No,
Brian's
Well,
like,
that's what it is.
Brian's like,
It's
nah.
better.
You just opt for the baby version.
Yeah.
banana baby oatmeal.
I mean, I eat oatmeal
Jesus.
all the time, but I buy like normal adult oatmeal. And I guess I mean cold oatmeal's fine. Like I don't like it when it's hot. I really don't drink anything hot, so I guess that's why warm milk to me doesn't sound good. Like I don't drink coffee. I don't drink like hot cocoa. Like everything I drink is cold, so warm milk just sounds like disgusting.
The only thing hot I drink is hot chocolate. That's about it.
See, I don't even drink.
I
that.
like
Winter time, so
Yeah, I know.
I
You guys like, I know you and Christian and Tim drink coffee and stuff like that, but I don't
drink
like.
for taste.
Well, have you
I
guys
only
ever
drink-
taken anything to help you sleep or affect sleep, like
Melatonin.
melatonin or like
I did try
NyQuil when you
melatonin.
didn't need it?
I
Yeah.
thought about taking melatonin or something because it's like it's a natural substance that
That's
like,
what
your
that's what they
brain
say. Yeah.
But at the
produces.
same time, like it can cause effects and stuff.
No, but Christian,
Not
weren't you
really.
taking all this crazy shit before?
Yeah, but
Actually-
it's been more tired.
Well, that's what it's for. What do you mean? it
No,
made you
no,
more
no.
tired? You like text it in the morning.
you take that goes driving.
Like, man, I'm gonna have some good sleep first. I want to take melatonin.
So
I
what-
thought about it.
What were you doing, Christian? You said when your schedule was all messed up, you were like taking. How was it? Was it helping?
Yeah, well,
or like
Well, it did bring back my sleep cycle much better. Like I slept more better at certain hours instead of like
you were
staying
doing
up.
like a pill-based melatonin,
I was doing gummies, sort of like
but it was just like regular melatonin stuff.
yeah,
I'm from
yeah,
stuff like
the night day, not the NyQuil version of it. I forget what the hell is it called. No, yeah,
You bought NyQuil. What melatonin? That doesn't. Those aren't the
no,
same
they have their
things.
own version. They have-
Nyquist.
I forget what the hell it's called, man.
NyQuil, Dayquil, melatonin gummies from a dude in the alleyway that he slept walked to.
Yeah,
was
he
the
gave
guy-
me this little baggie.
He slept dreamt it.
Yeah.
Ron slept dreamt.
He purchased
Fun.
them while he was sleeping.
They woke up and they were in his hands.
He's like, "Oh man, he just took them. Time to go to work."
And in your hand.
I don't know. Personally, I've never taken anything to like go to sleep. Like no.
Never.
My
I thought of-
my cousin used
I-
to. A long time ago, when I used to do Spartan races with my cousin, we would like the night before he would always be like, "Oh yeah, the night before I would always like take all this stuff and makes me sleep real good and stuff." And he always gave me a bunch of. I never tried any of it because I was like, if I'm tired, I'll fall asleep. Like I feel like if I take something and I've never really done it, it's gonna like affect me somehow.
Me too. Like melatonin, like is probably the only.
And then
thing I
that's
would
probably
consider.
pretty calm, but it's like I don't want to sleep for like 2 days. I'm like, oh shit.
But like, I just I never wake up like, almost never wake up like feeling refreshed and like ready to go.
I slept an hour.
I always feel terrible.
Okay,
Like,
so they're called.
Yeah,
so
I
they're
mean,
called Vicks ZQL. That's the one I did that.
yeah, I mean, I've definitely woken up and been like, oh, I feel pretty good.
I don't know. I feel like I never wake up awake. I'm like just like
I always feel like I want to kick my ass when I wake up.
dude, Monday. All right, so this week, Monday, I like woke up. I almost crashed like 30,000 times driving to work. I was so
My
tired.
God.
I was
I've
so
done that.
tired. I've
So-
never been tired in my life. Like I got like a full 7 hours of sleep, like uninterrupted sleep, and I was just the most tired I've ever been in my life, like
Yeah.
all day.
and you're
the
like,
time.
and you're like a young, healthy dude.
No. I don't think I'm healthy. I have a lot of like just invisible issues that doctors can't diagnose with me. Like I'm
But
fucked
still, you have no like, you know what I mean? Like no direct thing that would say like why you wouldn't wake up refreshed. You know what I mean?
felt so bad. Like
It's
it was
weird.
weird. Like as the week went on, as the days went on, I was like more awake. It was like the reverse of what.
That's the
most
thing. Like,
people have.
what is it that would make that? Is it some weird thing where that night your dreams were like so boring, so like you didn't really get any good like recharging? Like if the more entertaining your dream is, the more like better sleep you get. Like you were just dreaming
yeah.
about like just like throwing mud at the ground.
That's the most you come up with in your head.
I guess I
the
don't
story.
know.
You're dreaming about watching paint dry.
Yeah, that sounds a lot more boring than throwing mud around.
Anyways,
Just picking up the same piece of mud. and
yeah,
throwing
it's
it
just
up.
like you're just throwing the mud down. You're throwing the mud at
Yeah.
the wet paint.
Throwing the mud down. Is that what you just said?
Something
Yeah, he
like
did.
that. Throwing the mud down.
Oh man,
Oh, man.
that was a good guess.
Dreams, man.
Oh,
Dreams are
Tim.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's just like the screensaver of the mind.
All right.
it's like that DVD thing. It just keeps going like this.
Like they say, you always dream. You just don't remember it. So like,
Do you
if you're
think
not
we'll-
dreaming.
That's
You
like I
just
feel
die.
like yeah, they say that. Yeah, it's like if you're not dreaming, what do you just like? Just yeah, it's like nothing. Your brain's just like just blackness forever. Do you feel like
I don't
we would ever get to the point where someone who's dreaming can like put on some sort of cap or outfit or be in this machine that they can like stream the dream?
Project.
Stream-
I was thinking that too.
I'm gonna
stream
buy
dream.
that domain. Stream the dream. Plug in.
Tap into your brain so you can like watch it, like record your dream and like watch it. That would be the like craziest thing.
But so one that would absolutely be ridiculous to be able. Like I feel like you would never need TV again. You would just watch your dreams because
And then like 8 hours of your own dreams every night. And if everyone was having it, and how ridiculous that would be. you'd have unlimited just like random things.
But
Really
they would probably be either like super entertaining or like super shitty. Yeah. But like, I don't know, it still seems weird that like to be able to process someone's thought as an image. You know what I mean? Like how is that even possible?
I don't think it.
I don't know. That might be getting way too beyond us, but yeah, I feel like if you could record, maybe they already do that. I don't know. Like, but if you could like record your dream and just like watch it back the next day, like I don't know, maybe we'd just get old and we get stupid because you'd be like, oh, this one again. But like I feel like that would be so awesome the first time, like watching your own dream and just like the nonsense that happens.
It's like on the next episode of Mud, I'm throwing mud on the wall.
They could like record like your brain waves probably and like your activity when you sleep, but not
They like interpret that to like this brainwave equals a dog.
Yeah, like there's no actual like in your brain you're seeing an image, but there's no actual image anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like the process of doing that, I feel like probably doesn't make sense, but
yeah, but that'd be cool.
That would just be so insane. It'd be like just awesome content. But it'll probably just destroy the internet because everyone would be like uploading all their videos.
Everything would be like first person though, because in your dream you would be like
yourself.
Well, don't you go like God? Don't you do like God mode in your dream where you're like third person and you're like lifting shit up and like it's either third person, it's either first person or like God mode where like you're not a person, you're just like a unlimited camera.
You're the bot in Forge mode in Halo.
Like a fixed
stand. That's what they call it. It's like
that weird little dinging noise in the background, like when you're the Halo bot.
See. Yeah.
Well, it's like those they call them like God mode if you play like Gary's Mod and those other things. It's basically you just pull yourself out and you can do whatever you want. You can go anywhere.
Yeah, like Sims.
Yeah, Minecraft. Like Sims or like Minecraft and stuff like that, where there's no like limit to it. You're not like a physical person. You're just there. It can move around.
Roller Coaster Tycoon. Sim City.
That's what the Christian dreams of is like building like roller coasters.
Building blocks. Roller coasters.
Like putting roller coaster like metal bars together, tightening the nuts all the time. Like
he's just like working. He's working a third job. Like, oh, I work 3 jobs. Like, oh, what do you work your third job? Oh, some place in my dream, some warehouse.
Roller coasters.
I built roller coasters. Oh, that's real. Where? Like, oh, this place in my dreams.
It's called Sim City. Build it.
They pay pretty good, but then I lose all my money when I wake up.
Yeah, it's like I keep robbing this one bank, and I don't know.
Like, every time I walk, yeah, who I am.
Right, like you're wanted in your own dreams.
Like save point, like you can remember your dream and like you go back into that dream to where you left off last time, and it's just like a continuation, like an ongoing story.
It's like it's like a life.
Yeah, you have a whole separate life in your dream.
Oh,
but you ever do that though? You wake up in a good dream, you're like, oh, you wake up like crap, and you're like trying to like fall back asleep and remember the dream. So like hopefully I can get back into that dream again.
Because you're like, oh man, I was like, again, you have no idea what it was, but it was like, man, it was so awesome. It was like this thing, and oh damn it, I don't know.
I remember that, like, but then when you wake up again, it's lost.
I was so close to robbing that bank, but I didn't.
Chris is just robbing banks and buying drugs. Why do we hang out with this guy?
Drugs.
Drugs.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
That was a good one.
Turned to be something, I guess. So we didn't really have a plan, but it worked out pretty good.
I like it.
Bada boom, bada bing.
I keep going to mute my fucking mic because I'm gonna sneeze, but I think it's gone. I'm like, no, okay.
Just let it go.
All right, well,
there you go.
Stay tuned for the next one. We're with the boys.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow us, like us.
YouTube, subscribe.
Not a dream. This actually happened.
Yeah,
you are hearing.
This is happening. We really need you to subscribe.
Yes. Yeah,
Don't subscribe in your dreams. Subscribe in your real life. Right before you hit
that Christian button in the dreams.
Yeah, right before you hit subscribe, bite your tongue.
You subscribe in real life. Does that count as 2 subscribes?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Subscribe in both. Subscribe when you feel the pain and when you don't feel the pain.
DreamTube.
And on our dreams, we have like 1 million subscribers. So.
Oh, nice. We're killing it.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
We're with the boys.
See you in the next one.
Peace out. Lucid dream.